I'm Natalie.
And I'm Drew.
And we're standing in front of the Model M25Q. Now, some specs for this pontoon. Deck length is 27.6 and person capacity is 14.
That's correct. So one of my favorite features is our billet dock lights, 3,000 lumens apiece. So you have 12,000 lumens of LEDs shining ahead, as well as our front deck extension and our rear deck extension.
Awesome. Now let's jump on board. All right, so starting up here at the bow, Drew, I'm already loving what I'm seeing in these quad benches. This furniture is extremely plush, it's comfortable, it's soft. What are your favorite things up here?
Probably one of my biggest is our external armrest, so it can come down. So when you're sitting here, if you're a smaller person or a child, you can lock in going across the water, which is much better. So I feel better about that with my kids, being safe. We also have 5 cup holders on each side of the bench. Our RGB is vertical here, and this is highlighting our Roswell upgraded sound, which is our 8-inch speakers. And then you have USB, USB-C chargers here.
Nice. Yeah, I love that the speakers are in this kind of mid-section instead of down on the floor.
Yeah, it brings across the sound versus trying to broadcast it off the floor. So you just get a crisper sound, and we can have this conversation going across the water like this with the sound playing. Another huge feature that I like is our pass-through storage on our seat benches. So you can access the front pie as well as the bench all in one.
Nice, that's huge for families, especially coolers, bags, towels, everything that you need on the water.
You're absolutely correct.
Now let's head to the helm. Now that we're at the helm, I'm already loving the look of this fiberglass helm. It's raised, we have C-deck down here. What else can you tell us?
That's correct. So we have C-deck on our raised platform, which is standard on our M's. We also have a quick, easy trash can right here underneath the helm. So if you have somebody up in the front seat, they don't have to move to use the trash, as well as lockable storage on the side. We have a ScanStrut wireless charger. With our upgraded sound, you get 2 tweeters up underneath the dash with the subwoofer up in the front. We have our Simrad 12-inch NSX GPS, along with our toggle switches and RGB controller over here at the helm.
Awesome. Tell me a little bit more about the ultra-wide 12-inch Simrad. It's fully compatible with our Mercury engine, correct?
That's correct. It uses a NEMA backbone within it, and it's fully customizable. Just like your phone, you can set up tiles, split screen, full screen, whatever. And it has all the data that you would ever need.
Awesome. Now, how's that captain's chair feel?
It's very plush, double armrest. It's adjustable up and down, front to back, and then obviously the swivel as well.
Awesome. So what about that steering wheel and throttle position?
So we really designed the helm around the ergonomics of the driver. So when you're facing forward, you have your Simrad to your right, much like your vehicle, as well as it's a comfortable throw for your throttle, so your chair is not getting in the way, so it's just a comfortable position to use it.
Awesome. All right, Drew, well, I know the features don't stop there, so let's head to the stern.
Yeah, let's go check out the back of the boat.
All right, Drew, so we're in the back of the boat, which feels a lot like the front of the boat.
That's correct.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the design and intentionality behind everything?
Yeah, so everything we do at Alera is intentional. So we wanted the customers in the back to feel just as comfortable in the front. So we mimicked the front benches in the back, same 10 cup holders, elevated sound, RGB. And then we have our glass rear door here, so you don't feel encapsulated when you're going across the water. As the driver, even when you turn to look at your water sports people, you can see above the engine through the tow bar and as well as through the glass. So with all of our intentionality, we designed our bimini right into the walls. You have 10 foot of coverage, and how we position the bimini, it covers the helm stand as well as the co-captain. So your shade would be in the back and allow people up front to get more sun.
Perfect. Now let's head to the aft of the boat.
Absolutely. So some extra features on our M is our transom remote paired with our rear facing speakers on the upgraded Roswell sound. We also have our pull-up cleats here, and our standard under rub rail and underwater lights, complemented with our easy step ladder by Lippert. Let's hop over to the port side of the boat and check out some of the other features that we have here at Alera.
Okay, Drew, so standing back here, we can't move forward without talking about this ski tow bar.
So our patent pending waist height fuel system that's built integrated right into our ski tow bar.
That's awesome.
You don't have to use your jingle tube down here in the transom anymore to fill up your boat.
We've all been there way too many times.
Yeah.
And this is a 70-gallon fuel capacity?
70-gallon standard on our triple tubes, yep, on that.
Awesome, awesome. Now let's talk about the power behind here.
So we're Mercury exclusive. This has our 300 on our 25-footer. As well as we partnered with Scanstrut, and we have our Atmos inflator deflator pump on the rear for your inflatables. So for all your water sports activities, you can leave your tube deflated until you want to actually use it, and then you can inflate it.
Awesome, Drew. Thanks for walking us through all of that. Let's head back to the front and talk a little bit more about our construction features.
That sounds great.
All right, Drew, I know here at Alera we build very robust chassis. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Intentionality is our main focus when building these. So we have 90 thousandths on the tubes, as well as 90 thousandths on our wall rails, which are 2.5 inches thick versus the industry standard 1.5 inches, as well as we extruded our mooring cover clip inside the wall frame, so you would just clip it and you don't have any snaps across the top. So on the exterior, we have our splash fin here. On all the triple tubes, we have 4 lifting fins. So our lifting fins are 3/16 thick, one piece extruded of aluminum, much different than the industry standard, just one piece. And so it's a double step lifting fin. So you have a bigger fin on one to get you up on plane, and then a smaller fin as you're going faster to keep you there for stability.
Okay, Drew, so I was looking at this beautiful exterior, the 2.5-inch rail thickness, very different, very bold, very sleek at the same time, but I also noticed our gate looks wider than most.
It is, so our gate's 30 inches wide, and we did that intentional. Your standard wheelchair gate is 29 inches wide, so if somebody was in a chair, they can access the boat, as well as if you had a large cooler, you could wheel it through without having to hit your walls and stuff. And what's great about it too is we use friction hinges on all the gates, so wherever you're gonna put the gate, it's just gonna stay there.
That is it makes such a big difference.
Yeah,
like
it makes sense, right?
It makes a lot of sense, but also when you don't have that rattling of a gate, you know, in the back.
And it actually makes the ride quieter because with the 2.5-inch wall rails, the friction hinges, you don't get a lot of wall movement going across the lake.
All right, guys, well, thanks for going on this walkthrough with us on the M25Q. If you are curious, have any questions, want to look at different exteriors, find us at aleramarine.com or on any of our socials. Handle is @aleramarine. Thanks, and we'll see you out on the water.